Hello, Christy.
Kelly,
It's podcast TBD day of the week.
we have no idea what day or time it is. It could be the middle of the night. You'll never know because we have
You'll
great
never
lighting.
know. It's been a while because we've been busy, but we're here.
Yeah, it's because Kelly is big girl jobbing. But I have to say, really quick before we jump into anything, Kelly, love the
Yes.
merch.
Thank you.
Kelly took it upon herself to create sweatshirts for us. I have one. I'm just not wearing it because it's still 85 degrees here, even though it is October. 85 degrees.
And the Canadian in the room is sitting in California, wrapped in a faux fur blanket, wearing slippers and a sweatshirt because I'm freezing my ass off. It's like 16 degrees, 66 Fahrenheit or something.
You're about to give us Celsius, weren't you? And everyone's be like,
I
"What
did.
does
I
that
said
mean?"
16, and then I was like, let me read for the adults in the room. I mean, that's French for the Fahrenheiters.
Okay. I would be offended, but then you embrace the French, and they're
There
never
we
rude.
go. They're never rude.
I used to have a colleague who was French, and every time we were talking about something, his name was Nico, and not my friend Nico, my colleague Nico. I have a friend who's Nico and he's French. But anywho, and every time we'd get on a call or something together and he's like, not to be French, but, and he'd say something just like straight up asshole. And I was like, hey, Nico, listen.
It's not how
You've lived in
that.
New York City for, I don't know, damn near 20 years. You know how to not act French. You don't get to just be an asshole because, also the French people are way nicer than that.
Well, I mean, they're definitely bougier than the average bear, though. But if I say pardon my French, I'm about to lay down some swear words. None of them are in French. They're all in English, but I'll just use it as a phrase. Pardon my French. And then proceed to F-bomb the shit out of it. But anyways, but I'm glad you like my sweatshirt. But for me, it's very timely to be wearing a sweatshirt because it is October and it's cold. And you know what that means.
It's fall. Actually, here's what it really means. So today's episode, we're going to talk about fall girl energy and rebranding of not caring.
Yeah, that's it.
It's officially the time of year when everyone is so excited about pumpkin spice and secretly Googling how to feel alive again. I got to say this, though. I freaking hate anything pumpkin flavored. Like, I think it tastes like barf. I think it's so disgusting.
Even pumpkin pies? Or you just don't like do you like a pumpkin pie?
No, Kelly.
No?
It's like the biggest offender. But all the pumpkin spiced everything, I'm like, ew, gross.
Okay, I don't think pumpkin pie can be an offender of tasting like pumpkins because it literally is fucking pumpkin spice. Everyone else is a poser. I don't like putting pumpkin spice flavoring on a lot of things. One exception, maybe give it a try. Maybe don't. But right now, Starbucks has a pumpkin sweet cream cold brew. And the amount of pumpkin flavor in that sweet cream is like a whisper. It's the equivalent to like one of those water drinks that just smells like a flavor, but it doesn't have a flavor. It's like that. It definitely smells like pumpkin spice, but it doesn't taste like it. And so I like it. So try it, maybe. Or
how many calories are in this thing?
I don't fucking know. How many calories? I don't know. Who cares?
I do. I care, Kelly.
No, I'm done counting calories. Except for counting fiber grams in a gummy. I'm not really into counting calories.
She's talking about actual fiber gummies, not other types of gummies, fun gummies.
Like a sweet gummy for fiber, not for funsies. But yes. The podcast today, we're not talking about gummies or fiber because we know where that conversation goes to. We're talking about sweater weather and also just basically emotional shutdown season because we're all getting geared up. My social battery has like a 6-hour charging max, and that's if I don't talk to anyone before noon. Good Lord. I was on sabbatical and now I'm not. And I'm like, when are the fucking naps? It's 2 in the afternoon. When are we napping? Never. Anyways, that's what season we're in.
Yeah, the energy's not about pumpkin patches. It's about finding peace patches. I need some peace in my life. And also not caring.
Yeah, I know. Hot girl summer was all about getting all the attention, and fall girl energy is just like retreat, fewer people, fewer plans, fewer bras. Let's be
Yeah.
fair.
First of all, with me, there's never fewer bras. That doesn't work. Secondly, glad to hear that you're relaxing because I'm in the middle of sports and school. Halloween is coming up, which is also known as Hell Week for working mamas because there's something different at the school every fucking day. So you're like, I'm either going to make money and support my children or feel like a total asshole mother. I don't know. And there's birthdays and end of soccer season this and end of football season this and start of volleyball this. And I am just like, I thought in the summer, I was like, oh, I can't wait for school to get back in session, get these brats out of here. But my God.
Now you're like, damn it, I have to get them out of here and physically take them to all the things.
Yes.
That is true. I do like the normalcy of school and the schedules and all that, but it does mean the rest of the sporty spice stuff ramps up. And I forgot, I can't remember the last time I had to physically be involved in somebody's Halloween costume. It's been a lot of years, but I do recall when the kids were young being surprised just how many costumes they had because there were so many different events. And God forbid you wear the same costume to more than one event.
Really?
Do you have multiple? Well, do you have multiple costumes for the kids? Like, do they like want to dress up like this for this thing and this for the other thing? No, they wear one the whole
They
the whole
wear
time.
one. And actually, we have a rule. So we order our costumes at the beginning of September
Yeah.
because we order them.
Yes.
And they are not allowed to change their costume. So we lock it in because I don't want to rush around at the very end. Although I do need to get Presley a banana for her costume. Her and her little buddies are minions.
I was going to say, does anybody want to ask a follow-up question? Christy did
Don't be
give
weird.
Presley the talks. Anywho,
Now that crossed the line, bro. You've got problems.
yes,
I think this new corporate job, like all the new learning you're doing, is probably frying your damn brain. But anyways, no, we and then Presley tried to change it at the end of September. And I was like, no, we already have it. It's done. You picked. Live with your pick. And one of
what's
the
her?
other
She's minion pick.
Yeah.
That's her pick.
one of the other moms whose daughter is also a minion, because God forbid they do anything not as a pack these days. And she's like, hey, is Presley changing her costume? Because I'm hearing that we're changing costumes. I was like, hard no. Absolutely no. Also, Jenny's daughter is one of the minions as well. And she was on this text thread. She's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, I always love it because, like, when it comes to like kids and saying no, Jenny says no like twice as many times as I do. So she makes me look fun.
I hear the fun mom because she's hardline.
She's like, that's ridiculous. Okay, we're done. Everyone go home. Meanwhile, my kids are out of school right now because why wouldn't they be? And there's, I think, 4 girls running around my house. And so if we hear some random screaming, no one's being tortured, at least not that I know of. So
why are they out of school in the middle of October? What occasion is the
it's fall break. Like they just
fall break? Wait, sign me up. Where was the sign up sheet for fall break? That's the one I want.
Kelly, you had a break. You had a big ass break. You had like 6 months of break.
That's true. That was a long break. But I probably should have approached my re-entry similar to the approach you take to re-entering the gym after a long sabbatical from working out. You don't jump into the friggin' HIIT class. I should have dipped my toe that like every single day, all the days, and only 2 days off on a weekend. This is some bullshit.
When I go to the gym, especially if it's been a long time, I'm doing the HIIT class. I'm like, let's go.
Then 2 days later, when you can't sit down on the toilet, you're like, I can no longer pee without assistance. Somebody help me get down. Oh my God. Well, I do like the idea of fall. I think maybe it's our mammalian brains that are like wanting to hibernate. So fall comes and leaves change if you live where leaves change, and it gets a little cooler and the expectation of socialization goes down because the sun's not shining so much. So it's like the great unplugging. You're just like, I'm going to just hibernate here in my house and do nothing. That's what I really want. But I don't think that it's nesting. It's hiding.
I hope it's not nesting. Aren't you kind of old for nesting, Kelly? I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Yes, please.
Please, dear God.
I mean,
It's funny,
periods periods are irregular. Who the fuck knows? Go on.
great. I'm sure everyone's very excited to hear that. It's funny though. In fall, as we get into the holidays, I've gotten so much better about selective engagement, right?
Yes,
Like I only do what I absolutely either must or want to do.
I do
And I'm a
love
hard
that.
line with that. This is a new boundary for me. Like I've always been the one who's like, "Yeah, I want to go. Sure, sure, yes." And I RSVP yes to everything before I even look at a calendar,
Yeah,
which ends up
exactly.
really tricky. But I don't know. I'm really stingy with my time and who I spend my time with right now. That's not a parent of one of the other billion sports my kids play because they had 6 games this weekend.
Yeah, you need to hibernate from that emotionally and physically. I do agree because I think in the well, certainly post Halloween, but even a little lead up into Halloween, and then you start getting into Thanksgiving, Christmas. And so people understand that you have a lot of obligations to family things and or big events. And so people are kind of like, oh, you know what? You guys are going to be busy. It's a holiday season. Let's do something in the new year. And you're like, yay, I got a pass. I don't have to go to a bunch of stuff, or I don't have to say no to things that I really just didn't want to go to in the first place. You're like, ooh, we have a conflict, or we're busy with this Christmas, fun, super Christmas thing.
Well, especially, I mean, first of all, I'll just tell my friends I'm not up for it. I don't feel the need to, to lie. I'm like, hey, listen, this week has kicked my ass. Actually, the other night, I had a friend and she happened to not have her or have a babysitter that night. And I didn't have kids. And she's like, hey, do you want to go out? And I'm like, no, like, there's no part of me that wants to go out to dinner. There's no part of me that wants to do anything. I had 4 fucking kids games this week or today. I'm exhausted. I'm emotionally spent. And
Yeah,
so
you're right.
instead of just being like, I was like, sure, I could do it. I said, sure, I can do an early dinner. I was like, or you could come over, we could drink some wine and order takeout. And
Yeah,
she's like, I'm here for that. I'm like, great. I'm in my pajamas. Get over here. We'll unplug
exactly.
together. We'll just stare at the
Exactly.
wall.
And you can say that you're dressed like that for warmth. Maybe not when it's 85, but you're like, it's a bit chilly. So that's why I just put my pajamas on early. I have to admit, I did wear fuzzy socks to bed last night. It was cold last night. And I was like, I can't fall asleep with these feet. They're so cold. I put socks on, slept like a dream.
Can't sleep with socks on.
Normally, I can't either, but my feet last night were so cold, like the whole day. It was raining, and I know sour grapes, it never rains here, but my feet were so cold all day that when I'm laying in my own bed under the covers, I could still feel how cold they were to myself. Like I need to put socks on. Even if I kick them off midway through the night, I'll be fine. And I fell asleep and they were still on in the morning. I know I'm a
Okay.
vision.
Dumb question. Don't you have a furnace or no?
I philosophically refuse to turn my furnace on. Yes, I have a furnace, but it's October 15th. This is not furnace weather. I refuse. I am wrapped in a blanket right now because I did think about it. I looked at my Nest. I'm like, what temperature is it in the house right now? It's 64 in my house. If it was January, of course my heat would be on. But it's October and I'm like, on principle, especially in the state of California, I refuse to turn my gas on.
I feel like you're creating your own problems here, Kelly. I feel like you don't get to bitch about this anymore because the solution is literally the flip of
Switch.
freaking
It is.
switch.
I even have it on my phone. I could just,
Just tap it. I don't have my phone. My son's
yeah.
using my phone. God knows what's happening with it right now, but the kid broke his iPad. He like shattered his screen, and I have been not replacing it because, well, it's expensive, and B, yeah, he acts better when he doesn't have an iPad. And I
Yeah.
keep telling, I mean, he hates Apple at this point because I'm like, hey, they didn't bring the new screen, buddy. They didn't bring the truth. They didn't bring the new screen. So every day is like,
Don't you,
sorry, it's not here yet.
but don't you also hate, like, at this, what is your time of year as a parent pre-Christmas where the cutoff to these are necessities spills over into this is a Christmas gift? Because if an iPad broke in October, I'd be like, ooh, that feels like a good Christmas gift.
Feels like a Christmas problem. Well, so it's interesting. It's already started. It starts in September for me because Presley's birthday is in November and Colton's is in December. So not only do the little shits have Christmas coming up where they get spoiled beyond belief, but they have their birthdays too. So like right now they're not getting, I mean, the iPad thing, I just might not replace it. I don't know. He's going to hate me for it, but like
Yeah.
he doesn't need it. It's not good for him.
No, he probably doesn't even get on your phone. What's he
Well,
doing on
but
the
I also
iPad
don't want
anyway?
him on my phone.
Well,
He
I
started
wouldn't
reading.
want my kids on my phone for a lot of reasons either. I'm like, don't go there.
He had my text open and I didn't realize it. And he's like, Mommy, you said a bad word here, here, and here. And I'm like, hey, bud, you are an excellent reader. Let's stay out of my messages, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We didn't read our text.
I think it probably was a text between you and I.
No.
He's
Dear
like,
God.
Mom, I have questions. I know I'm only 6, but
exactly.
I'm really smart. I got questions. I
would have nothing in my phone that I was like, no, I have secrets to keep. It's not that. It'd be like, oh, you're going to see how I feel.
About you.
I talk some shit about you in here, kiddo.
Well, I'm sure, like, later in their lives, if they ever feel like listening to these podcasts, they're going to be like, wow, Mom, I really felt loved. I felt very loved by you on those podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We can chalk that back up into our don't care. We'll put that in there. Listen, it was our emotional rebalancing. This was therapy for us, kids. Don't take it personally.
Is emotional rebalancing like emotional inflation? Does it cost more to give a fuck at this point?
Definitely. Yeah, there is definitely emotional inflation from the fall until like probably February, let's be honest. And if you live where it's really cold, then April. It's like if you want to get good engagement out of me, it's costing you more or me more, one or the other. Because we can read back on our podcast in those months and we'll be like, oh, yeah, look at that dip. That's where we got into sweater weather and then we never came out of it.
That's where we're like, do we want to talk to each other for an hour? No, not really.
Yeah.
We don't. I feel like the price the price of peace goes like up like 500% for me. Like the peace and quiet is just like done. And I can't, it's like there's really also, you get the seasonal stuff, right? It's getting dark earlier. Colton's really pissed about this. He's like, we have way less hours in a day. I'm sleeping more. I'm like, you're not sleeping anymore, buddy. It's just dark soon. And by the time it gets to winter around here, it's dark by 5. Like it's serious. And so all the vitamin D. Go ahead.
What time is your sun setting right now? If you look in your weather app.
I would look at my phone, but my son has it.
Never mind.
So I also never give my kids my phone. I'm like, that's mine. Like I would have to be incredibly desperate.
I will say right here now, our sun is setting at 6:16 p.m. So, I mean, I think it rises something like 6:30. So we're a little bit less daytime. But the clocks go back. And then once the clocks go back, forget about it. Because then you're creeping into it's dark by 4:30 p.m. and you just want to come home and put on your pajamas and literally go to bed.
But then you have to take your kids to volleyball practice and basketball practice.
Do you go to them in pajamas ever?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I was like,
I have shown up at my
you can't be friends if you say no.
I have shown up at my kids' practices in heels and also looking homeless. You
want to keep them on their toes. Who's going to pick Christy's kids up today? Don't know.
Well, Colton's still to the age where someone has to stay with him. Like I don't trust him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to make the other parents deal with him should he have a meltdown. Like that's, anyways.
Well, at least I would hope his times aren't, I would hope that his sports aren't late into the evening. But the terrible thing is as your kids get older, their practices are later and later at night, right? So like high school years, pre having his own driver's license, or actually pre us giving him a car to drive himself to practice, the boys would have practices that ended at like 9, 10 at night. And one, you're really limiting my ability to have even a glass of wine with dinner because I've got to now go drive you to practice. So I can't be boozing up anything on a hard day's work. But 2, you're also starting to creep into my bedtime. because by the time you get home, they're hungry. Not that I feed them, but they're trampsing around in the kitchen. But you're tired as shit. And then your days, I remember those days. So if it's dark at 5 and you're leaving the house again in the dark after you'd already left the house for the day, there's no 2 leaves. If I leave one time in a day, I don't do a twofer. The other weekend, I did 3. It's like, what the hell am I doing? I left the house
I'm
3
a big
times.
believer in like, especially because I work from home. It's like when I go out, I put everything back to back to back to back to back. Cause I'm like,
Yes,
I'm not gonna come home for an hour and then go back out. That
I'm
sounds
gonna leave one
miserable.
time.
One time. Well, it's funny. Actually, I just got a note. So during the fall and the winter, Presley plays futsal soccer, right? Which all the parents hate. And we're like, this is stupid.
You
Coach
do
is
it
like,
anyways.
hey, it's good for their footwork. You're like, bleh, no one cares. But we do it. And they had our practice scheduled, which the coach didn't schedule it. The organization did from 8 to 9. I'm
PM.
like, PM. And I'm
So
like,
you on a school night
on a school night, on a Thursday night, and
with
they're 10 and
10-year-olds,
11-year-olds, 10 and 11-year-olds.
which
So
means you got to bring your 6-year-old?
correct. Anywho, all that to say, I just got a note back saying we were happy to move it to Tuesdays at 6:30.
Thank you for being normal. Because there was probably like a group of 15-year-olds who were like, we don't want to have practice Thursday nights. Can we take the PM slot? Someone else can have the 9. And they're like, yeah, let's give it to the 10-year-olds. Oi. Well, still better than whatever poor hockey parents have to get kids to hockey fully kitted out on the ice at 6 a.m.
That's terrible. It sounds miserable. So it's funny, the place where Presley practices volleyball has an ice rink. It also
Mm-hmm.
has a bar and a bowling alley.
Okay, so if she ever needs someone an auntie to take her, who just call me.
I'm just
Auntie
saying,
Kelly's
I'm
gonna
like,
take you to
it's
volleyball. How's
$12.
your driving?
It's a
Uber.
$12 Uber from my house.
Oh,
It's
even
fine.
better.
I
Christy,
wouldn't
I
do
got a
that.
good news, bad news story for you. Good
Good
news
news,
is we
bad news.
got to volleyball practice. Bad news is you got to drive me back tomorrow to go get my car.
No, you just Uber there.
Oh, we're planning ahead. Okay, yeah, I'm there for supervision and for smiles. I got it. I could do that. I'm actually babysitting. He's not a baby, he's 12, but I am parenting for my friend because she and her husband are flying up to Canada for a hockey game that their other kid is playing in. So I'm watching her youngest. And I'm like, okay, just remind him it's Auntie Kelly, which is a very different reality than when mom and dad live here. Mostly I was just warning her, make peace with my decisions, which 0 screen time limits. We're going to watch some shit. We are not eating vegetables. That's my plan.
No.
I mean, it's when I'm the aunt, I'm way more fun than when I'm mom, don't you think? You're an aunt
Oh, yeah,
times 8.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Everyone gets whatever they want. I want an Aunt
exactly.
Christy in my life. I'm
Exactly.
like, oh, you need money? Here you go. You need some you want some Jordans? You got it. Presley, I'm like, no.
See? So there you go. I'm going to be fun Auntie Kelly for the
I love being
weekend.
fun, Auntie. That's the best. That's the best. The other day, my son, for the first time, said, I hate you, which was awful.
In what context? What was the lead up to that conversation?
Well, we were at their end of football season party
Okay.
at the park, and he had his iPad all day on Friday because they were out of school and I had to work. So what do you do? Well, I've now found a little camp that's like $20 a day. Like it's like a dog drop off, but for kids. So
Go run
now
around with these other feral children.
we're gonna do that with Colton, but he had been on his iPad for like 8 hours one day, which so for
Not
the
great.
entire weekend he was a complete disaster, which was not his fault, right? Like they're little addicts, the dopamine's kicking. So I didn't let him have his iPad all weekend. He was pissed at me. So we're at this little party and he's tired because he played a football game, a soccer game, and another soccer game over the weekend. Plus he's been being drugged. I mean, again, we had six games this weekend, and he gets drugged to all of Presley's stuff because he can't stay home by himself. Anywho, so he was like, can I have my iPad when we get home? And I was like, no, buddy. Well, it's broken now.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was just he started telling me that he was gonna run away. He told me he was gonna run away if he didn't get his iPad back. And then he was like, I was like, okay. And he was starting to like scream at me. And so I very calmly, I'm like, okay, guys, hey, we've had a great time, Colton, let's go.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm not going anywhere." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I just start walking off towards home because he's gonna follow me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he followed me crying and screaming the whole way home. "I hate you. You're the worst mom ever." So I was like, "Where the fuck did he hear that?"
Yeah.
My mom, grandma figured it out. It was on one of his little movies where it's like a little kid being an asshole. And I'm like, okay, well, that movie's off the roster. And
I
why
was like,
why isn't that
was that a
rated
Disney movie?
PG-13?
Yeah. What movie
It's
was
a
that?
cartoon. It was, I don't know, like Bigfoot finds his foot, something.
Bigfoot finds his mom's foot up his ass for talking shit to her. Big Mama's foot. That's what the next series is called. Okay.
But, we've been talking about different, like all over the place because, God forbid we stick to a topic. But going into the good things about fall, I am looking forward to, should it ever arrive here, sweater weather.
I
And
do love a sweater weather.
yeah,
Sweater weather. Fall is my favorite season, like physically the season of fall, not the end of hustle area summer. But I love just the smell of fall, the look of fall, and then the crisp air in the morning where you put a sweater on and you're like, oh, this feels good. And then once the snowflakes fall, I'm like, fuck this weather.
you live in California. It doesn't even
I
snow there.
know
I
now
mean,
is so.
unless you're in the
Now we
mountains.
don't have fall. Now I don't have changes of seasons like that unless you count fire. So it's kind of like, oh, it's
That's not
homogenous.
funny.
No, it isn't, but it is a season, and I
It is
think we're going
fire
to be out of
state.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, we
that's
just had
sad.
rain for a day and a half, so hopefully we averted fire season this year because that was horrible for so many people. But I was surprised to find out fire was actually a season. I thought it was a joke, and then nope, fun fact, it is a season. But I'm with you. I love sweater weather and feeling less like you can hide a lot of sins under a chunky cardigan. So your give a
You don't
shit.
have
Your
to
give a
sneak a
shit is
baguette
like,
in somewhere.
do you know what I Googled yesterday though?
What?
Christmas sweaters. Cute Christmas sweaters. That's what I was Googling
Is there
yesterday.
such a thing as a cute Christmas sweater?
Well, I think some of them are cute, like with the snowflakes or the Santa hats or challenge accepted. I'm gonna fucking
I'm
send you
sorry. I
one.
think like the only holiday sweaters that I've ever seen are for like the ugly sweater parties.
No, I think
I
there's
do.
some cute ones. Like mountain, like imagine yourself at a ski chalet and you have one of those sweaters, not like your grandma knit it, but just adjacent to that. A little Argyle moment or some sort of like necklace of design. No, your face is
Well, that's
face
not a,
is like,
that's
stop describing this. You're doing a terrible job.
but that's not like a holiday sweater. Like that's just a sweater.
No. Yeah, but some of them have like it looks like remember you used to make those paper snowflake things? Did you make
No.
those in school?
I mean, we
But you
did.
know them.
Mine
Yeah.
never worked because I'm
You're
not
smart.
crafty. I pulled mine apart and it just fell apart.
Well, the ones that look like a string of like snowflakes doilies, that kind of looks to me like a Christmassy sweater.
Okay. Well, you can send me an example or two and I will let you
Okay.
know if they're acceptable or not.
We'll add to our story and like Kelly believes these are acceptable Christmas sweaters. Let's vote. Yes, no, yes, no.
We definitely should. You know why else I love fall?
Why?
Football.
I should have guessed that. Damn it, not again. Okay, let's get
Hey,
it out there. It's another week. How did we do? Where are we sitting?
well, so we the Chiefs won,
Is
the
that
Wildcats won. And I had this moment where I decided to bet on some games. Every once in a while, I don't do it often, but every once in a while, I'll have a day that I feel like extra bored. Not bored from like what I'm doing because I'm always
you want a
running
little
around, but I just
jazz?
want a little danger in my life. Just a little like,
$5 danger. Here we go.
oh no, that's not fun. So, anyways, I won like almost $600 this weekend.
Well, you did not put $5 down then. What were you betting, girl?
So on the K-State game, I just bet the money line and the spread. And so, do you
I
not know
mean,
what
I
that is?
totally know what that is, but
Do
maybe for
you?
the listeners, you could just elaborate.
Money Kelly does not know. You don't know either of the things are, do you? Okay.
What are you talking about?
So the money line is the win-loss. Okay. That's like you bet on we played TCU this weekend, so I bet on K-State to win.
I 7.
The Wildcats did beat the horn frogs, I don't know, something. Horny toads. I'm not really sure. I suddenly just blanked on
Amazing for whoever they are.
I know TCU's mascot. I can see it in my head. Anywho, doesn't matter. So, and then the spread is by how many points they're going to win.
Okay.
And
The
so you
spread I
have to
know,
cover
yes.
you have to cover the spread. So I bet on that, and I bet 300, 150 on each. And so I won. So I bet, listen, I bet $300 on that game between those two bets, and I walked away with 500. I won more than I thought this weekend. So it was a net of like 200, right? 260, I think. Based on the odds.
You were throwing a lot of caution to the wind, though, knowing you guys didn't exactly roll into the last couple of weeks with a great record. And so you would have insult to injuried yourself. If you'd lost, you also would have lost. We wouldn't have podcasted again until fucking Christmas if that had played out differently. Well, I'm glad you won money. I'd have been over here like, we said we were going into hibernation, not from each other.
Why aren't you talking to me?
Yeah,
Because my
Christy,
football
I'm gonna-
teams suck. No, anyways, and then I bet on the Chiefs game, and I don't remember what I bet, but I ended up with, I don't know, my overall winnings, not what I got back, but my winnings were close to $600. But I bet on the money line. What's the money line, Kelly?
The money line is a combination of the win-loss and the spread. Damn it, I don't fucking know. What did you just tell me? Wasn't that the money?
The win-loss is the money
just
line.
The win-loss. They should just call it betting, because that feels like what you're betting on is them to win.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of different types.
This isn't a football thing. This is a weird.
This is a sports betting thing. So.
Okay.
And one of my many talents when I used to work on Harris Casinos and Caesars back in the day, when I was really young in advertising, I picked up a couple things. One was we were opening a sports book, and so I learned a couple of terms. Doesn't matter. Anywho, and I don't do this very often. Like, so Kelly, like, this was just like I was like, I'm gonna play with some money this weekend.
Yeah, I need a little risk in my life.
My mama needs a new pair of shoes. And I did buy a new pair of shoes.
Oh, good.
Oh, I totally did. I bought some. I've been really wanting a pair of red sneakers.
Okay. Where are they? They're not here yet?
They're not here yet, Kelly. We have to wait for good things.
What kind of sneakers are we talking? What are we talking?
So there's two.
Okay.
But let me finish my betting situation.
Win line.
So no, money line. Money line. And then I bet on the money line. I bet on the spread. I bet on Xavier Worthy to score a touchdown. And then I also bet on Travis Kelce to score a touchdown. You might know who he is. Kelly,
also known
Travis?
As Mr. Swift to be.
I think they're precious, so everyone else can
fuck off. I think they're cute too.
And I love her new album. I know people are like, blah, blah, blah. It's based.
She wrote a whole song about his penis. I'm like, well done, you.
No, Travis. Actually, I went to the movie opening and she said it was a song about superstition. Yeah, superstition. And then she winked. But it is a song about superstition. Anywho, but let them go be happy. So anyways, so the only one I didn't win on that little card, my little parlay, was Travis scoring a touchdown, which
way to go.
I know, right? I was like one time he had a reception and he was like 5 yards from the end zone. I was so sad.
Maybe he is superstitious and that's why you didn't win. Apparently
maybe that album is going to his head.
I didn't have that last 5 yards, but I do in my pants.
So nervous. Did I tell you they took Presley to the opening of this?
No. You said you were going to because you guys had a volleyball thing and you moved the Friday night thing, right?
Soccer, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
try to keep up, Kelly.
Too many sports. I don't have a horse in this race.
During the day, I was listening to it and I listened to the explicit version and I was like,
spicy
shit. Well, because even the song Wood, she changes the lyrics. Like instead of thighs, it says skies. I mean, it sounds like a different, like it's a very, you could call that one about superstition. That version, not the explicit version. But anyway, so I was really nervous. But what she did is she gave a little, like, talked about each song and like kind of where it came from and whatever. And it was super cute. It was like such a good time.
Okay, so I'm glad it worked out. And you were
Yeah, I
just
know.
bated breath. Don't talk about wood to my kid.
Well, and then I was like, Presley's like sitting with a bunch of her friends, like barely. I mean, she was paying attention ish, but like
Yeah.
they were
You're
just
not
there
like
to
hanging
jam.
on every word. Yeah,
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 she's
yeah.
not sitting there going, Taylor's talking. We do not talk when Taylor talks. She's still talking the whole time. It's the loudest theater I've ever been in my life.
So you love fall for the commencement of football season, and then that probably buys you a lot of reasons not to be social other than in football socials. What else? I love that it really is the end of a grind. It is and it isn't. So your body is like ready to stop grinding, and then your business is like, we don't close until the 31st of December. Let's continue to grind. So you're in a bit of a tough spot if you're in any job that has a target. You're like, but I'd like to slow down, please.
Like,
What else?
there's not a lot of daylight left. So can our work days go to half days?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Can we be done
Because
by 3:30?
you got really quiet on me. Are you leaning away?
Maybe I was leaning away. I always say
That's what it was.
I think in the summer you brag about your workload, and then in the winter you brag if you could take naps. That's what I'm going to do is brag about naps.
You
I
should
certainly
never.
was
Hey,
bragging about them on sabbatical. I was like, I took 4 naps today.
I was awake for 4 hours today. What'd you do in those 4 hours? Nothing. I did nothing. I maybe showered. No, it's funny. Don't ever work retail, Kelly, because if you work in the retail industry, man,
No.
Q4 is like
Yeah, I never worked retail. Always
really.
restaurant, like food service, restaurant, that customer service angle. Yeah, never retail.
But even marketing, right? So working
Well,
marketing during the
during,
holiday season,
yes,
that's what I
yes.
was more talking about.
Oh yeah, well, I'm already healthcare is always like every season is healthcare season. So there's no retail season in healthcare. Every fucking day is retail season in healthcare.
Yeah, it's just not as crazy because they make all their money in like one
They
quarter,
definitely
and you
slow
better
down.
get shit right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
they
Yes,
slow
yes,
down
yes.
at Christmas because everybody's going into fall girl mode and hibernating for Christmas. So you get a little lull after November.
Yeah, for sure. December, I feel like with most of the time with medical, especially medical device companies, like December and January, it's like no one's there.
Yeah, crickets. Good. If you didn't get it done by now, it's next year's problem. It is the thing that
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I did love that as much as, happy belated Canadian Thanksgiving to all my Canadian friends. This past weekend was Thanksgiving in Canada, which is a Friday and a Monday off. And fun fact, in case you were wondering, Canada had Thanksgiving first
What
by
is Canada's
50.
Thanksgiving? I mean, ours is I like so ours is I mean,
What are
it's
you? Yeah, what is yours? I'm
well,
curious. What is American Thanksgiving? Don't say football because it's not about football.
well, it is now. Because the Chiefs play because now the Chiefs are one of the teams that play on Thanksgiving
That
Day.
does not make. Oh, there we go. Nailed it.
Kelly,
Okay.
I'm gonna get you some Chiefs gear. I'm gonna make you wear it. We're actually
You
playing oh wait, go ahead.
aren't you going to a Chiefs game?
Yeah, we're playing the Raiders this weekend and I'm going.
Yeah. For everybody out there who is wondering, did Christy give me a ticket? No, she didn't.
Hey,
Christy's about to
Kelly.
say, would you have come if I did?
No. You had an entire fucking sabbatical. Did I see you? Did I see you one time?
Well,
No,
you saw
I
me
did
like
not.
this all the times. That's true. Fair.
Mhm.
There was no football. Why would I come see you? I'm all about the football.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
not all about the football. Okay, you never did answer what American Thanksgiving is about because
Well,
whatever it is
I
about
mean,
is
it
what
depends.
Canadian Thanksgiving
It
is about.
depends. It depends. What I was taught it was about in school was a big happy meal between the Native Americans and, the settlers and where they shared a cornucopia
Yes.
of
Well,
great things. And it wasn't about the fact that we, genocide. And I'm not really sure what if there ever was a Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. So I think, but so what it is today, in my opinion, is a day to eat way too much and be grateful for shit.
I think, yes, I would
But
say
shouldn't
that's
that be
probably the
every
general
day? I mean,
feeling. It should be. Well, if you live in other countries, they'd be like, you should be grateful every day you have all that stuff. I would say that the settler and native line doesn't stop at the border of US and Canada. So that same type
So you
of.
guys are assholes too? Fantastic.
Have you ever sat in on a Canadian anything, any sporting event where they have to basically apologize for every shitty thing they ever did to the original folks to the land?
No, I never have.
There's some scars in the Canadian past that you could Google about. Yep, we won't bring it here. There's some bad shit to those folks, and so they're trying to make amends. There's actually a day. I'm going to get it wrong. I want to say a day of retribution. Hold, please.
When you said that, isn't there a movie? And I never watch it because I don't watch scary movies. Because
Yeah, me neither. I don't even look at the commercials.
Me either. I have to like literally when one comes on, I cover my eyes and I like close my ears. Although I just got done reading a book that was about serial kidnapping rapists of young girls, which now has me. Presley left on her scooter today with her friends. I'm like, okay, so it's gonna be fun.
You're like, maybe I'm gonna stop reading that kind of stuff. No, I don't. I want to just get this correct. So Canada observes a National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, and it happens on September 30th. And it commemorates the fact that there is a tragic history and legacy of the residential school system that was put in place in Canada and ran through, gosh, I want to say early 90s. It was terrible. I remember learning about it in school, and we were taught about it like it was a great thing that we were doing for the people. That is not, in fact, what was happening. And so now there's a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation at the end of September. So Thanksgiving is very much similar in the US and Canada in that it is basically being grateful for everything you do have. However you got it. You're grateful for everything you do have.
This is going sideways really quick. We need to move on.
Back to my topic. What I do love about the timing of American Thanksgiving being so late in November, when I was always like, that's terrible because you're so close to Christmas, they all kind of blend together. But what it means in practice in healthcare is basically by the time you roll out of the end of October and you're coming into Thanksgiving, everything becomes next year's problem. So there's like this 6-week window of, I have my cozy sweater on and I am just going to stop pumping the brakes and I'm no longer chasing anything. I'm like, absence is my new policy. It's like,
I'm sure your new employer would be so happy to hear that.
That's not true, actually. I don't mean that now.
But maybe a little bit. Everyone does it. It's fine. Again, unless you work, in a retail business where you have to be, on your feet every day, like not literally, but figuratively, like you have to be, we got to change this promotion now because our sales are not up as much as they need to be. And we got to get a new buy and we got to.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, there's
agreed.
very few emergencies in device marketing, healthcare device marketing.
Yeah, unless there's like a shortage of something. But I would say now in my new big girl job, I am also responsible for the number that gets delivered on the top line. And so inherently that comes with a lot of pressure all the way up to the 31st of December. So I'm like, I think I'm actually going to be quite busy closing in the number just for North America. It's fine.
It's not a very big area. Just a bunch of people that are descendants of people that raped and pillaged and
people and also
committed genocide. Not funny at all. Oh my gosh.
Right no, I was like, this fall, let's go back to fall naps and fall girl energy, which is just basically giving your permission to say no to everything.
But also, I was thinking today as I was buying all my Halloween decorations.
Yes.
Because God forbid I not decorate and not have a party because I'm having a trick-or-treat party, which essentially means you can stop by my house while you're trick-or-treating and have a bowl of chili and some sangria. And
didn't I just hear you, like if I rewound this tape like 20 minutes, didn't you tell me you say no to everything because you didn't say no to this?
No, I didn't say no. I said I selectively do things that
you
occur
like this one.
Things
you
that
like
occur in my house.
Oh, if you don't have to leave, this is back to I don't want to leave the house, but if you come to it, I'll bring you some entertainment. Okay.
Correct. Okay. I do like to host a good party.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing that, and then I was starting to think about my Christmas lights and my street. First of all, the amount of Halloween decor up on my street is
Yeah.
frightening. Literally,
God.
there's like
Sure.
I have a 12-foot scary blow up ghost in my yard.
Yeah.
12 feet tall. 12 feet tall.
How
The
does the
bitch
dog
keeps
feel
getting
about
knocked
that?
over, and I have to go out there and like restake her and whatever because of the wind. But I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a woman, it's a ghost. But so I was starting to think about like, oh, I need to get this and this and this because the neighbors across the street, man, they make
Oh, yeah.
Clark Griswold look lame.
Like a slacker. Oh my God. I have a girlfriend, Nadine, her and her husband, Brian. They would do Halloween and then Christmas like jacked. When they started to do toy drives for the Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, like that's how many people would drive to their house to see. He did all the lights tied to the music. Like it was incredible. And so they did toy drives and donated so many toys to the Sick Kids Foundation. Like it was incredible what they turned it into. But I was just like, the organization that took place, I'm thinking, if I was your neighbor, I'm the sad, sad neighbor who put some of that, like, looks like spider webs on a bush and a couple of plastic spiders and called it. I'm like, there you go. That's my decoration.
Yeah, I'm not all out for Halloween. But but Christmas, I'm like November 1st the shit goes up. Okay, like
Are you putting it up yourself?
no, I mean some of
No.
it. But I
Yeah.
like to do my eaves and there's
Yeah.
no way. And
You're not doing that. You get hurt.
no, I
Yeah.
mean, come on. I end up
Hey,
dead in that
yeah.
scenario.
She'd have a traumatic head injury falling up the fucking ladder. Yeah. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
No, I don't do that. I have the eaves done, but then the rest, I do myself. Learning to do it better because I used to have someone to help me do it. But anywho's, so but like the first week of November is when my Christmas tree goes up.
So just the Christmas tree inside?
Well, the whole inside gets done.
You do
Right.
the
So
okay,
I
me
do a
too. I'm with you.
banister. I do
Same
like
girl.
I'm like, if can it be it's gonna be Christmas for 2 months around here. Just
Same.
because I love tacky, beautiful lights.
I'm with you on that. And that was in Canada. The great thing about Thanksgiving being in October was there was nobody making you feel bad for having Christmas up during Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving was over. So I put up Christmas immediately after Halloween, right? So it's like, okay, Halloween's over, November 1st or 6th or whatever the first Saturday was. It was going up because I enjoy it so much. I want to enjoy it for longer because guess what? I'm hibernating fall girl energy. I'm going to stay in this house with my gnomes and my Christmas lights.
Well, I also don't take mine down for a while because there's actually 25 days of Christmas.
Yeah,
So,
well,
I mean, the HOA hates me.
when do you take it down then?
So, I mean, the
Jan,
outside will be mid-January. Um,
the
I've
inside
started.
later?
I'm sorry?
Is the inside later?
No, it's about the same time. Just
Oh,
because
okay.
I get shamed into it, but I would leave my Christmas tree up all year round. I love it. I love having a Christmas tree. I love it. It makes me happy. And we don't do like we go tacky. Can you hold please because there's many many girls screaming.
It's not that loud for me, but
Can you
yes,
hear
I
it?
can hold. Very, very light. Not at
Okay,
all. You're
I'm just
good.
going to mute myself and scream at
And
them.
yell.
One sec.
I think we're all holding out, hoping that you forgot to hit mute. Then we hear what shit you're actually talking to your children, but whatever.
I just said very loudly, Presley, I'm podcasting. Go downstairs.
Oh, look, nailed it. She listened really well. This is why you can't completely unplug when you're a mom. You're like, these kids are still going.
We started this episode talking about like how fall was our chance to like, level down a little bit. That's bullshit. In my world, it's just as fucking nuts as the rest of the time. Although I do some keeping up with my neighbors when it comes to decorating. Actually, I don't because my neighbors are really just that fucking good at it. I mean, every time there's a Chiefs or a Wildcats game, they have they are still up here. They are still up here. I'm going to kill them.
Oh,
One
you're
second.
talking about the kids now. I'm like,
Yes.
wait, the neighbors? I could read lips.
What did I
Presley.
say?
Everyone. You said Presley. Everyone will go home.
Yeah, she's like,
Something
can I
like
have
that.
my friends over? I'm like, sure, just stay out of my way. It's
Yeah,
fine.
get out of here. At
And
least it's proof of life.
be nice to your brother.
No, well, now you're really asking for it. So your neighbors decorate for every Chiefs game?
They have a big helmet for the Chiefs, and they have a big helmet for the Wildcats because they're
And they leave
Wildcats
it
fans.
do they leave it out all season or just on game day?
No, just game day. So it's but because it's one of those air blow up things, right? So like,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
I like it. I
I
mean,
dig
the
it.
HOA must be like, "Get over it."
I think she's on the HOA, but I was laughing because I don't adhere to a lot of my HOA rules. And I was signing my refinance. I just refinanced my house and I was signing it. And one of the things you have to sign is that you'll be compliant with HOA. And I'm like giggling. I'm signing it. I'm like, nope, sure fucking won't. My Christmas lights go up early. I leave my trash can outside of my garage in the summer because otherwise my whole garage smells like garbage. And fucking bill me. I mean, just bill me. Like, it's not gonna change.
That is a whole not that they don't have like condo fee type arrangements in some types of houses in where I lived in Canada, but they did not have HOAs. And I'm like, sorry, what's an HOA? And then I'm like, who are you to tell me what color I can paint this? And apparently you are the people who tell me what color I can paint this and plants. I got a note in the mailbox a couple of weeks ago. Dear neighbor, could you kindly take care of your front lawn or consider using a high quality turf instead? And okay, I was like, first of all, I rent this house. And so, no, I won't be replacing the lawn with turf and also gross. But my lawn is not bad. I think you put it in the wrong mailbox. Our neighbor's lawn is all destroyed. I think you meant to do that to somebody else, but also ballsy. If you have something to tell me about my lawn, you should knock on my front door, not put a tiny note in my mailbox. Fucking HOAs.
I'm sorry if you're on an HOA. My sister is the head of her HOA because she has to be. I don't even know. I was like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? And she's like, so that we don't have a bunch of bullshit, like,
Rules.
well, not just rules, but like enforcement of it. Like,
Yeah.
because you put a Karen up in there.
Yeah. But, or you can have a million Karens in the neighborhood who know the rules and then they know they have this avenue of going through the HOA to be a Karen about it. That's what that lawn note was. And I thought, then there was another part of me that's like, you know what? That may have been a marketing campaign by a brilliant lawn care company or people who sell good quality turf, although it didn't have a link or anything, so I could choose one. But I was like,
And
there's a
that's
lot of
not,
turf here.
yeah,
There's
but
a lot
that's,
of turf here. Welcome to Irvine, a totally planned community that looks like the Stepford wives live here. It's beautiful, but I
you
think it
should move to
happens
the
when you go
beach.
to bed. I should move to the beach where it is. The beach is actually the equivalent of fall girl energy. So think of like the total bro beach person. That's what I channel in the fall. Is just kind of like, this is what I'm wearing. This is what my hair looks like. Deal with it. It's fall. I'm gonna wear a hat, and I can rock a hat.
Good for you. Good for you.
You can rock a hat. I've seen you in a hat. What are
Yeah,
you
I mean,
talking?
I can do a fedora in the summer. I have baseball hats,
How do
but
you feel about toques? Can you wear a toque and look
I don't
good or
even know
no?
what that means.
Oh, I knew it. How about a beanie?
Wait, hold
How do
on.
you look
What's
in a
a
beanie? Is a
yes,
beanie?
I look adorable in a beanie. What's
Okay.
a
It's a toque is
toque?
a winter hat that you call a beanie. And a oftentimes has a little ball on the top that could be like it's a toque. A toque is a toque. And you
What
call it a
language
beanie.
is that?
French. TOQUE.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Great.
Well, you look super cute as you're eating your poutine with your toque.
Thanks for that one, Kelly. I feel better about it already.
Oh, well, I never wore hats too often when I had shorter hair because I, quite frankly, then really look like a boy and have been sirred often, or as the Gen Zers would say, misgendered often. I've been called
Gendered.
sir. I've been called sir more than once. Not always just because I had a hat on. So now that my hair is a little longer, I'm like, oh, I feel so feminine with my hair sticking out under my hat.
Well, you're also really tall. So there's that.
I know. And I'm also not like tiny, straggly tall. I'm like regular size, guy size tall.
You're not guy size. Shut up. You're awesome. You're
Um,
awesome.
those two things are unrelated.
They're
You're right. I am
they're
awesome.
unrelated. I don't understand what's happening with my life, but all of a sudden I can't hear you through my headphones, which are Also, I must have hit a button of some kind.
Maybe when you were screaming at the kids, your headphones got disconnected.
Well,
Or you might have hit the volume. I can hear you just
can
fine.
you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, wait.
Talk about fall girl energy. She fell down.
That's so
Joking.
rude.
I am joking. You
So
look
rude. My hair's
I love it when you
fine.
have your hair all straight. I like it when it's curly, but I also like it when it's all sleek and professional. You're
Well,
like,
that's
here's the
because I did it yesterday, and I just kind of ran my fingers through it today and then sprayed it down.
same.
Tomorrow, in lieu of washing, I will curl it.
Listen, I'm the same. I'm like, this is 2 days. I'm fine. Everything's on Zoom. I'm not responsible for the back of my head, and you can't see it anyways. So this is perfect.
And by the time I have to start running my kids everywhere, I'm in a ponytail.
Exactly. Or a hat. So you're
Which
good.
my hair lady's like, Chrissy, stop wearing a ponytail. That's what's like thinning the bottom of your hair. But I'm like, I want a ponytail my whole damn life.
Wear my Kiki, as you know, my clip-in pony that is the exact same color as my hair, and I'm unapologetic about wearing it. So you can go back through old podcasts and you'll see, she's wearing a clip-in there. I love it. And if it does start pulling my hair out, I'm going to be sad about it because it's a great accessory and you don't have to do anything with your hair when you throw it in a ponytail. As we all know, you're responsible for a little bit of wispy bang and then the rest of it, it's like clip and go. And I have to say, I was in San Diego and meeting my team for the first time, and there's one girl on my team and I love her for it because she was like, I went in with my hair like this one day and then the next day I put my hair in Kiki, and she's like, hey Kelly, I have to ask, is that actually your ponytail or is that a clip-in? And I'm like, oh, it's a clip-in. She's like, I'm sorry for asking. And I'm like, don't be sorry for asking me. She's like, I love it. I'm like, don't be sorry. Do you want the link? I'm proud she asked it. I'm like, you should ask me, hey, where'd you get that awesome clip-in? Because your hair was short yesterday and now it's down here.
There are 5 10-year-old girls running up my stairs. Can you hear that?
No, I can't. Christy's like, we're at time. I have to go murder some kids.
Well, I was going to ask you what you're going to be for Halloween.
I'm going to be, I'd already told you, maybe I will wear my Fleetwood Mac t-shirt because that hits the vibe of the season. A sweater and maybe a glass of red wine. And I'll be like, I'm a work from home person who just came off a sabbatical and now I'm tired. What are you going to be?
That's so lame. So lame.
Last year,
clearly we have different fall girl energy because I'm like pretending I'm stepping back. And when I start listing out what I'm doing, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually ramping up.
You're like, I'm ramping up because I'm adding costumes to the mix.
Well, here's the deal though. I have small children and I don't do a very good Santa. So I got to do something. I'm going to be Elphaba.
Who?
Have you not seen or read Wicked?
I have seen Wicked.
Elphaba is the green one.
Thank you. I was like, is she Glenda the Good Witch?
No, she's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Witch of the West.
Elphaba. So I'm going to be Elphaba.
You know, I have seen the movie, and of the two main characters, she's not exactly the look that I would associate with Christy the Blonde.
Well, here's the deal, Kelly. It's Halloween, so I don't want to look like myself. Don't worry, I got a wig. I have green paint. I have green shimmery lipstick. I've got green gloves and green tights, and I've got a black dress, and I've got a cape.
Okay, so by a show of hands, who wants us to podcast on Halloween Day so that Christy can be on said podcast as Elphaba?
I could do it. But you have to dress up too, and not some lazy ass bullshit that you just described where you're like,
listen, last year I was Moira Rose.
I know, you've told me no less than 500 times.
And the year before I was what was the girl in 101 Dalmatians? She was a bad girl. Cruella DeVille. And I even redid my eyebrows and painted my hair half white, half black. Like, it's when I'm leaving the house, I will decorate myself for Halloween. But if I'm just sitting in my room, but if you dress up and we podcast on Halloween, I'll dress up and podcast on Halloween.
All right, we can do it. We have to do it early because I have to get over to the kids' parties. And I like to show. Last year I was Anxiety from the movie Inside Out. That was a fun one. Although one of the little girls, I wore the big eyes I could barely see out of.
Yeah, you told me she thought you were really Anxiety.
Anxiety, is that you? And I'm like, nope, I'm Colton's mom.
No, we're good. It's me, Colton's mom. Okay,
But
here's the
this
deal.
time, go ahead.
Yes. I was just going to say, if you are going to be Alphabet and we were podcasting on Halloween, you do know that you have to sing us this song.
I can't sing. I mean, if I've had several cocktails and there's some country music on, I'll sure pretend I can, but I really can't.
Okay, so here's the new criteria for podcasting on Halloween: decorations, costumes, singing, and booze.
Well, I can't.
Not in that order.
Okay, I try not to go to my children's school after booze, although it's only 3 blocks, so I could technically.
Technically. And you're hosting, so you're not driving anywhere with said
Yeah, no,
children.
it's yeah, we're like Halloween headquarters here. Mike, you need some sangria, you need some chili. You need to sit down and get away from your children. They can all go play in the basement for a minute. And actually, I live in a cul-de-sac, so, like, it's
Oh,
really
the
great.
kids do the loop in the cul-de-sac. That's fun.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
nice. And again,
Yeah.
because my neighbors all go all out.
Yeah.
Although candy, I feel like the price of candy went up this year.
It did. I saw some and it was like $25 for a box of like small chocolate bars. And I'm like, what is happening? And last year was our first Halloween in this house. And I don't even know if we had 10 kids show up. And that's disappointing. But I had heard that it was really busy. So then I didn't know, was it just a weird year last year? And that's why they didn't show up. So I never know how to plan anymore because I've been here long enough in this neighborhood to know like what I'd feel terrible if 1,000 showed up and I had no candy, but I will feel equally terrible if I buy enough candy for 1,010 show up, because then I'm going to eat all the candy.
That's when you just donate it to the school.
That's what I should do. Yes.
So this year, actually, I like to be ahead of things. I don't like to rush at the very end. That's just not my style. I like to have everything ready to go. Or else I get really stressed out when it comes to planning events. I mean, there's a billion other things I will procrastinate all day long, like laundry. I hate laundry. It's the worst thing ever. I just don't understand why we can't have some little laundry gnomes running around, but whatever. So this year I ordered some from when I did my Sam's order, I put a bunch of candy in there and it was like $25 a bag, and the bags got here and they weren't very big. So
you were thinking they were big bags.
Today I went to the dollar store. I got a kidney
Yeah.
scan this morning and I went to the dollar store after. Go to the dollar store. They have ginormous bags of candy for like $3.
Is it okay candy? Just wondering.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they have like Airheads and
Okay.
yeah.
So it's the candy
Yeah,
the
I
kids
mean,
are
I
going to
think
like
they have
anyway.
chocolate stuff too. I just don't do any chocolate or on Halloween anymore, because last year, like with kids' nut allergies and I'm like, okay, everyone's just getting straight sugar
Sugar.
this year.
If I preloaded my house with candy right now in 16 days to go, I would have to go back the night before and buy more candy. I can't just put candy and chocolate in my house. We will eat it for sure.
Mine's up
You have control.
away.
You have
I don't even think
self-control.
about it. No, I just don't love candy.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
don't love candy either. Chocolate, yes, I'm into it, but candy, no, I don't. But anyways, so you're probably right. You're trying to unplug, but you can't unplug. Work doesn't unplug, and or your life doesn't facilitate it. But I think you could probably emotionally unplug, and like not caring is the new caring for this season. That's the care about your family and selective participation in things.
Correct. That's what I'm going to do. We'll try it out. I'll let you know how it goes.
You're just not allowed to selectively participate in this podcast. Not optional.
Well, if just fair warning, if both of my teams lose, I might just be in a real pissed off mood. Then you're gonna get sad, angry Christy. As long as the Chiefs and K-State win, I will be here to podcast.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Just don't be throwing the C notes down on every game, because then in addition to sad, angry Christy, you'd be broke ass Christy too.
I only broke ass Christy. Sounds great.
Guess who she's dressing up as her girl.
I do have one little girl, one of Presley's friends, who I call Bag, and it stands for broke ass Gwen, because
That's mean. That's me.
No, it's not. Listen, she loves it. She thinks it's funny because one time her mom was there and we were all talking. Of course, the girls always want to go to Sephora. I'm like, how could you have more shit from Sephora? Like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my God. And like you barely wear makeup. Like you have enough skincare to last you till the end of time.
Yeah.
We have to go. Shoot, it's late. So anyways, quick ender,
Broke
but
ass
yeah.
Gwen.
So
Why is she broke ass Gwen?
every time we're like, Press is like, let's go to Sephora. And she's like, I'm broke. And she's this cutest, like big eye, blue eyed, like gorgeous girl. And she's also sassy as hell. So I was like, you're always broke, Gwen. She's like, yep, I'm always broke. And I was like, broke ass Gwen, I'm going to start calling you bag. She thinks it's hysterical.
I'd go for some Ivy bag vibes too. If we were going to Sephora with 10-year-olds, I'm like, I'm broke. We can't, I can give you a ride, but I'm not paying for a goddamn thing.
Okay, we got to be done. Like, follow, share.
Stay unbothered, stay balanced. Remember, not caring is the new caring. Stay vertically unstable.
Until next time.
Until next time, say bye.
Bye.